princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about Korean beauty dupes for the Benefit Lip Tints. So earlier on in the year I reviewed the Benefit Lip Tints, and this post has been a very long time coming because I've done a wee bit of research into it, because when I reviewed the Benefit Lip Tints I was very underwhelmed for what they were in comparison to what price they were. So in New Zealand the Benefit Lip Tints are $57 each for one of the big size tints, so that is how big they are. That's 57 New Zealand dollars, and I know that in America they're cheaper for you. We have a higher minimum wage, we have a different income and like living expenses and everything, but that is not to say that they're not expensive. So in comparison, a MAC lipstick for us is $40. And if you're wanting a drugstore type foundation, they would be expected to be within 25 to 30 New Zealand dollars as well. So this is substantially higher in price point. I think as well in comparison, if you want to talk about luxury brands, so like a lipstick from Chanel, Dior, Yves Saint Laurent, those are about $64. So a luxury lipstick from an actual designer is only a couple of dollars more than a Benefit lip tint. So that puts them pretty high up in the price point, even considering the prices in New Zealand. So the reason that I was so shocked about the price point for these is that I've been talking about Korean beauty for years and years and years. My blog has been going on for years and years and years, and lip tints are huge in Korea and just Asian beauty in general. It's one of their staple products and they've been doing them for a very long time, and they are really, really inexpensive. And there are a lot of dupes for the Benefit lip tints from the K-beauty world. This introduction and disclaimer is so long, but I can 100% guarantee that someone's going to disagree with me in the comments about something or anything like that. So I really don't mind. If you want to spend the money on a Benefit lip tint, you do you. If that makes you happy, you spend the money. I personally can't afford that, unfortunately. It's $57 and that's half of my week's rent. If you want to put it into perspective, it's literally half of my week's rent. And there's 4 shades in the collection. I really just cannot afford to be spending over $200 for lip tints, where I could spend $6 on one of them. So I can get the entire collection for about $26. Again, if you want to spend the money on it, you do you. I'm not going to tell you not to. If you can't afford to, there are products out there that are exactly the same for a fraction of the price. So this video is for you. So I'm going to start off with Lollitint, which is a beautiful orchid shade. For Lollitint, the Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milky Lavender is the absolute perfect dupe. So I'm going to apply Lollitint to the left side of my lips, and then Milky Lavender on the right. For me, this is the perfect dupe because the Too Cool for School has a great doe foot applicator, which makes it so much easier to apply. So if they're the same colour, they're also the same formula, they also have the same longevity too. Let's look at the price. The Benefit Lollitint is 57 New Zealand dollars for 12.5 millilitres. That gives it a cost of $4.56 per gram. In comparison, the Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milky Lavender is $6.34 for 9.5 grams, so it is slightly smaller, but it makes it 0.66 cents per gram. Posietint is fairly easy to dupe. It is a standard baby pink lip tint, though it is slightly different to most baby pink lip tints. It is a fraction on the cooler side. It's more purpley pink than it is peachy pink. Both the Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milk Pink and the Etude House Fresh Cherry Tint in PK001 are great dupes, though the Etude House is the closest in colour. Again, both the Etude House and the Too Cool for School have nicer applicators in comparison to the Benefit. I find it so difficult to use the brush on the Benefit lip tint. It's so wobbly and it just makes it really hard to get a nice line. Again, the colours are so similar. They have the same consistency, they have the same longevity. So let's look at the price. So the same for Lollitint. Benefit Posietint is 57 New Zealand dollars for 12.5 millilitres, which makes it 4.56 cents per gram. The Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milky Pink is $6.34 for 9.5 grams, making it 0.66 cents per gram. Etude House Fresh Cherry Tint in PK001 is $5.95 for 9 grams, which makes it equal to the Too Cool for School Milk Tint at 0.66 cents per gram. Next up we have Chachatint, which was slightly harder to do. It's a really beautiful mango-like orange, so it is a pretty particular colour. I find that the Etude House Fresh Cherry Tint in OR201 is a fraction on the peachier side, but the Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milky Orange is pretty much a perfect match. The Too Cool for School is a little sheerer, but this only requires 2 coats to match the shade of Chachatint. So for the price breakdown, we have the Benefit Chachatint at 57 New Zealand dollars for 12.5 millilitres, making it 4.56 cents per gram. The Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milky Orange is $6.34 for 9.5 grams, making it 0.66 cents per gram. And the Etude House Fresh Cherry Tint in OR201 is 5.95 cents for 9 grams and 0.66 cents per gram. Lastly, we have Benetint, which was another hard one to dupe because the formula is so sheer, most of the other tints needed to be diluted slightly to get the full effect. There are 3 good dupes for Benetint. The Peripera Vivid Tint Water in Apple Squeeze is the closest both in texture and colour. The Too Cool for School Milky Tint in Milky Red is a very good colour dupe, but since it's a milk tint, the texture does look slightly different to the water tint. The TonyMoly TonyTint in Cherry was listed as the official dupe for this tint, but for me, I think it does definitely look more on the pink side. To be fair, the colour differences really isn't very noticeable from far away. The very close-up footage really does show the little details. For the price breakdown, the Benefit Lollitint is 57 New Zealand dollars for 12.5 millilitres, making it $4.56 per gram. The Peripera Vivid Tint Water in number 3 Apple Squeeze is $6.48 for 5.5 millilitres, making it $1.17 per gram. The Too Cool for School Milk Tint in Milky Red is $6.34 for 9.5 grams, making it 0.66 cents per gram. The TonyMoly Delight Tony Tint in No. 1 Cherry Pink is $3.51 for 9 grams, making it 0.39 cents per gram. So if you like the look of the Benefit Lip Tints but cannot afford the price, this is going to be the best cheat sheet for you. If you don't care that the colours don't exactly match up perfectly or the textures, but you just want to buy one set of products, I would definitely recommend the Too Cool for School Milk Tints because they match them really, really well. The ones that don't match up are the pink and the red. The red is just a different texture and the pink is just so slightly off. But they are really, really close, and you can buy all 4 of these for about 26 New Zealand dollars, which is less than half of one of the tints. For the Benefit Lip Tints, you are paying for the brand name, and this is understandable, especially to me. It is a brand, and it is a more luxurious brand than a drugstore brand is, but I don't think that it is the same price point as an actual luxury brand such as Chanel, Dior, YSL, and that sort of thing. It's just a really odd thing for me because I've always used Korean lip tints because they just really haven't been a thing in the Western world yet. But it's just so much more expensive, you know, it's not a couple of dollars. So with these Korean beauty lip tints, you can get the same look as using your favourite Benefit lip tints, but for a fraction of the price. They're the same colour, they're the same texture, they have the same longevity. I prefer the applicators and the K-Beauty ones in comparison to the Benefit lip tints. But the real big difference is the brand name. So I hope this comparison was helpful. Thank you so much for watching this video and I'll see you next time.